in terms of predictions for who comes out on top, but we're going to find out shortly enough. Game number 1, the Grand Arena, Method NA versus Cloud9.
I'm thinking Warrior Mage Mirrors.
I think so too. I really think, I would be surprised if we see anything else. Maybe Method NA plays Windwalker Monk.
What?
What? Okay. Cloud9.
Is that real?
Yeah, Drake Rogue. I don't know. It's on your screen. It's as real as it can get at this point. I mean, we've seen Drake play the Warrior. We've seen him play the Windwalker Monk. Now we're seeing him on the Venthyr Assassination Rogue. And Cloud9, they are going to be bringing their Mage Warlock Druid. This is their most practiced composition. It was their most important composition in Battle for Azeroth. And now, some of the changes, we are seeing them play it once again. And I am really excited to see how this one does play out.
This is going to be very interesting to see here. Have we ever seen Drake on Rogue before? I feel like this is new territory here for Drake, but if anyone is going to be able to pull that off, it's going to be him. And we're going to see here the opener, Drake still lurking around in stealth, looking for Chanimal. It's going to open up the road. Here comes the damage. Nice stop there by Kubzy. Gets the rake stun there. Before Chanimal gets put into the kidney shot, there's the Mortal Coil onto Drake. Into the fear there onto Ceralium. They're actually going to just target Drake, it looks like, the whole game here. And Chanimal now going to be porting away behind the pillar, going for some Chaos Bolts. He is playing that Destruction Warlock, going for some Fears, going for Chaos Bolts here again. They're going to get a stun here onto Drake. Big pressure here from C9. Big damage coming out from Wealthyman there with that Ice Form active. If you can get a Shatter combo, he gets polymorphed on in Ceralium, shutting him down a little bit. And here comes the combustion of Ceralium. Gets deflected though by the Iron Bark before Kubzy gets put in the Hammer of Justice. Blinding Light potentially here onto Kubzy. Nothing actually going to be following that. Drake actually had an opportunity to sap Kubzy right there if he would have went for it, but he didn't. Wasn't able to get it. Kubzy should be able to stabilize Chanimal here finally. A couple of peels coming in, but this Rogue Mage Paladin from Method NA definitely looking quite deadly so far.
Yeah, let's see if they can keep up the momentum. Obviously, Cloud9 with this composition is known for their survival tactics and playing very, very, very late games. So despite that early momentum, I would not be surprised to see Cloud9 shift gears here, catching Drake out in midfield with a multiple stun lock combo. Drake has to trade an important cooldown, a vital one actually. The Cloak of Shadows, the full immunity to spell damage against Cloud9's composition is likely one of the most valuable cooldowns, but now they're turning it around with a tremendous pressure onto Chanimal. Kubzy lobbing in the Adaptive Swarm, trying to increase his HOTS onto Chanimal and recover, managing to stabilize. Now Chanimal looks to lob back with a Chaos Bolt, Fear Spam onto Drake. Drake feints it and almost falls over even despite activating that bit of extra damage reduction. Kubzy jumps in to stun Drake. Drake pre-fleshcrafts the incoming stun. Nice play by Drake. Now he's going to be able to stay on target here. Brain may need to make a trade. Mana is not looking great for Method NA here. Kubzy just constantly sneaking away from the fight, re-stealthing and stunning the Rogue. And every time they stun him, they blast him down. Here comes a Smoke Bomb play. They're trying to bait Unending Resolve. They may have to use it. It's Combustion. They're trying to be greedy and holding on to it. They want to trade it with the Vendetta if they need to. And they've managed to power through it with just raw healing. Brains and crowd control. Drake gets Ursul's Vortex back into midfield. That's devastating for Drake.
Yeah, absolutely is. Now he is on the run. Cloud9 is looking good. Big damage onto Drake. He almost gets dropped. He's still in trouble. He's trying to get away, but just caught in the Blizzard snares. This is exactly what Cloud9 wants. And Wealthyman snipes him with a big flurry combo. I mean, there was a few scary moments for Cloud9, but Cloud9, they are so good in this matchup. Wealthyman knows exactly what he needs to do to keep Chanimal alive. And they just work together so well. Beautiful positioning, beautiful offense, beautiful setups. Cloud9 picks up the first game in a very impressive performance.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to see it here again. And this is so nice. The synergy between Kubzy and Chanimal. Every time Chanimal wants to go for the Chaos Bolts, Kubzy is there in stealth, getting ready. Here they go for the Smoke Bomb. Here's they're trying to force the issue there, trying to get that Unending Resolve. But C9 is so experienced. They always know when they can afford to greet those cooldowns, and they are greeting it here. And then Drake gets kind of caught here on the retreat. Wealthyman in ice form, standing in a rune of power. Once again, Kubzy there with the double stun. Wealthyman throws a frostbolt and then blinks frost novas him to get the shatter effect there from the deep shadow, and then he blinks back to build more distance between him and the rogue to get that flurry combo on his frostbolt as well. And he's able to take down Drake as a result. Some fancy plays there, and C9 is going to take game number 1, which is going to be huge because both of these teams have a lot of comps, so this could definitely be a counter comp game. So winning that blind is definitely going to be big in a series like this one.
Yeah, most definitely. The last time we saw Cloud9 bring out this composition in a blind pick was against their series against OTK earlier on in this circuit. We're seeing it work here against in this series right now against Method NA. So we're going to see if they can continue on this streak. And the question is, do we feel like they're going to keep playing this comp here? I mean, that definitely worked out for them in the blind.
I feel like they are, honestly. I think Cloud9 is normally the team where they kind of just play. If they can play Mage Lock Druid, I think they're going to play it. And what's super interesting for me is I feel like Method NA kind of expected this. They kind of expected to go into the Mage Lock, and bringing in Drake on the Assassination Rogue, I guess was their best option, because I don't think Turbo Cleave is necessarily better. And yeah, we're going to see the exact same matchup. And I think this could be one of those series where we do just see the exact same compositions over and over in this match. Cloud9, like I said, a few scary moments, but they're just really calculated with their defense. Beautiful positioning from Chanimal. Wealthyman doing a good job shutting down kind of the combustions coming in from Ceralium. For Method NA, I feel like they kind of got overwhelmed there in kind of like a surprising way. I don't think Drake was really expecting the damage that Wealthyman was able to put out on that Frost Mage. Just constant flurries on those Frost Bolts, the Shatters, like Ezekiel kind of called out, using Shimmer to get on top of your target to drop a Frost Nova on an incoming Frostbolt. I mean, it was just shatter after shatter after shatter, and I think Method NA was kind of caught off guard. So I do think this is a matchup they can win, but if Cloud9 is playing as well as they are, I think it's going to be rough.
And do you think that this being on a hook point as well then is going to slow them down in the slightest?
I don't even know how much I like hook point, to be honest with you. I mean, for Method NA, they're all about offense, right? They just want to stay on top of Chanimal, trying to deny his kiting, and on the smaller map, that's nice. But at the same time, I feel like Kubzy's always going to out-mana Brain, and Kubzy's still going to have the ability to drink on hook point. He can get away, he can get re-stealths and drink. So I just think if it ever gets to the point of the game where Method NA has to try to retreat and recover, that's when this map can backfire, because Wealthyman is going to be able to drop a Blizzard and basically hit all 3 targets, keep everyone snared and kind of pinned at the pillar. So I think for Method NA, they have to have momentum in this match to really make this map work for them.
Well, let's see if they can pull that off. That last game loss from Method NA was actually their second individual game loss in the entire circuit. So that's 2 on the board for them in just losses, but they don't have yet to have lost a match in this circuit series so far. So maybe Cloud9 is the team to do it, or maybe Method NA ties it up game number 2.
All right, we're going to see here, kind of similar opener. Wealthyman already peeling Drake here. Drake not even able to get that first kidney shot there onto Chanimal. Already forced to kind of go for a re-stealth here. And now Kubzy going to immediately rake stun him as Chanimal wants to go for those Chaos Bolts. Good pressure early on here from C9, but I mean, at this point, it's not really going to matter too much. Drake's trying to make his way back to his target. His whole team is actually collapsing with him, but Drake actually takes a big hit there. Ceralium now activating his combustion. Chanimal tried to dispel it there with his Devour Magic on that Felhunter. It was unsuccessful. Wealthyman, though, is able to Klepto it and get a Sheep here onto Brain as well. Beautiful opener so far from C9. They deflect that Rogue Mage pressure with the combustion. Doesn't have to trade anything except that Iron Bark, which is the best case scenario. And now they're able to get aggressive here as well. Drake looking for some restuffs though. So Wealthyman's going to have to do a good job here shutting those down. Kidney shot comes in. There's the blind onto Kubzy. Kubzy forced to use his trinket here. So now Kubzy also could be a swap target, but if he is running that Frenzied Regen Conduit, most likely is going to be able to survive a swap like that.
They're both looking to break each other's perfect records. Neither team has lost a series in circuit play Cloud9 looks to challenge first place at the moment, Method NA in the circuit, taking game 1 with confidence and building decent momentum so far in game number 2 as well. Chanimal getting blasted a bit, but Kubzy's in a good position, stabilizing. Drake feared for a moment off of the pillar. Brain not with the Dispel available. Double Shadow Fury, nice crowd control by Chanimal, blasting out a Chaos Bolt. Ceralium now getting attacked by Wealthyman, just splitting their damage and pressuring Brain's mana is the main win condition for Chanimal and Wealthyman. And then if Method NA ever overextend, they'll take the game completely in their control. This composition is looking strong for them. A return to glory, as this was a composition they've used in the past to really dominate the region. Smoke bomb attempt here. Big power play from Method NA. They really need to get value out of this. Chanimal portals out of line of sight. While Kubzy sits through the crowd control, connecting in Iron Bark for the Vendetta. Drake is now switching over and trying to maybe even just get back on target. He's having a tough time moving through those Frost Mage snares. Brain feared away, Drake in a stun. Soul Rot connects from Chanimal. Big hit of damage between Chanimal and Wealthyman onto Drake. He's absolutely getting blasted. Ursul's Vortex on a Shadow Step. He is going to have a tough time reconnecting to Chanimal without that Shadow Step. He retreats back behind the pillar, but now has to Cloak of Shadows. I mean, this game is spiraling out of control. This is like an entirely different Cloud9. They have returned to their former glory with this Magelock Druid.
Oh my goodness gracious, that was such a nice vortex coming in from Kubzy, and this is what I'm talking about. All 3 members are playing so well into this specific composition. It is such a nightmare for Drake, especially coming in on an alternate specialization, but he finally lands the kidney. And although Cloud9 is doing a good job deflecting these setups, realistically, Method NA, they just need one good offensive push. Here's the blind. Kubzy going to be sitting through that full. Let's see if he gets the sap. It looks like he does manage to do so. Getting a re-stealth. Cheap shot on Wealthyman. And Chanimal just saying, see ya! Soul Shape away. Kubzy still in a Ring of Frost, still in crowd control. Finally, the kidney shot lands. Ceralium going for a little bit of damage here. Going to be casting out a Frostbolt. He gets interrupted on fire. Nicely done there by Chanimal. Trying to keep himself alive. Ceralium still all over him. And it does look like he's going to have... He doesn't have his combustion available just yet, but once that's up, Chanimal could be in some trouble without his trinket. If he can get enough fireballs out, there is a chance he could have it available, but kind of unlikely at this point. But still, like I was saying, there's a big setup here onto Drake right now. Sacrifice trades, and Brain is running out of mana. This game is getting scary for Method NA.
Yeah, things are definitely getting scary here. Drake has no Cloak of Shadows. He doesn't have Vanish for 5 seconds. He could still go down here. Brain forced to use the Divine Shield right there, and he might still take some damage here from Wealthyman. One more Iceland is available on that flurry, and finally Drake's Vanish comes back off cooldown. He's able to use it and shut down Wealthyman there on his... Actually, no, he gets potted there on that sheep attempt there onto Brain, but now Chanimal getting opened up, kidney shot up to him. Drake looking to get some damage here. Ceralium also getting a couple of fireballs, getting a couple of pyros, but Kubzy just free healing. Also got the Thorns active. Drake looking for, I don't know what he's looking for there. He's looking for Kubzy, but Kubzy re-stealths. Nice Blessing of Protection by Brain there to remove the stun, but once again here, Kubzy, I think he's going to look for a drink, so I believe Drake actually wants to try to shut those down with his Distract there, but Kubzy just able to do whatever he wants in this position, and Wealthyman just going to keep the rogue in combat. And this is another thing what Minruki was talking about, map kind of backfiring. The moment you have to run away, you can't really get those re-stealths the way you would on a bigger pillar there, and you just have Wealthyman spamming Blizzard on one side and Chanimal on the other side. Here comes the sheep. Full sheep onto Brain. Big damage onto Drake. There's no CC. There's no way out here for Brain. This could easily be the Cloak of Shadows. Drake is trying to hold on to it. He pops the sprint, trying to get aggressive onto Chanimal. Here comes the combustion onto Chanimal now, turning things around. Kubzy in a blinding light. He might have to trinket here. Chanimal on 1% HP pops the unending result. He gets collected there on all his halts. That was the Battle Master as well. Kubzy using his nature swiftness there as well. And now Chanimal looking to get aggressive here once again onto Drake. Brain completely tapped on mana, looking for a drink, but Wealthyman shuts it down. And I don't know how Method NA are going to win this game here, Sid. It's looking dire.
Yeah, the map's backfiring. They wanted a small map to connect, but now drinking is going to be a problem. Kubzy at 50% mana, Dampening at 6%. When this Avenging Wrath falls for Brain, he's going to struggle to recover. Dark Soul's available. Ice Form's already rolling. They're trying to control Wealthyman with Polymorph, but Polymorph's now over. Drake is just hiding at the pillar, cowering in fear to Cloud9's assault. Brain is trying to escape off into the side, potentially to find a drink, but I think it's unlikely as Chanimal probably has a pet chasing after him. Kubzy's in stealth. He's jumping onto Drake, stunning Drake away on the kidney shot, adding a lot of damage with Wealthyman. Kubzy and Wealthyman both tearing into Drake at the moment. while Chanimal waits for the kidney shot to subside, portaling away from the blind onto Kubzy. If Kubzy gets away without using a medallion here, I think it's almost certainly going to be a victory to Cloud9, but if he's too greedy, it could cost them the game. He's sitting through it. 1 second left on the sap, coming out with Nature Swiftness available. Is he going to connect the heal in time? Yes, Nature Swiftness back to full health. Despite the media here, Chanimal is going to be A-OK. Kubzy jumping in, trying to stun up Drake with a bash. He pre-feints it, reducing quite a lot of damage. Chanimal fishing for fake casts here on the Chaos Bolt, faking out the counterspell. Chaos Bolt #1. Cataclysm around the corner. Brain trades, but that's a lot of redirected damage to Brain. He might just die to it. He's exploding. He gets spell stolen and spell locked. They drop a defensive smoke bomb to line of sight the incoming casts, but they are floundering with 0 mana left. Divine Toll comes off cooldown just in time for Brain, but they're getting cleaved down by the Blizzard of Wealthyman, and they're just getting absolutely slapped at the pillar here. They have to make a move, but they have to push through so much remaining defense. They're trying to here, but Drake is getting blasted. There's nothing left. Cloud9 have choked them out and moved to match point, and Cloud9 are looking to take over NA.
Man, this is... I said it when we saw them play this composition just a few weeks ago, but Cloud9 is definitely back. And this is a type of matchup you would expect the Mage Lock Druid to actually lose. And believe it or not, it was actually Method NA that kind of dethroned Cloud9, playing their Windwalker Fire Mage Paladin. So I kind of wonder if Drake's going to be getting off the Assassination Rogue and going back to that Monk, but we can see kind of exactly how this game did play out. I mean, Cloud9 just looks so dominant in this one, Zico.
Yeah, this was actually insane. I hope we get to see this on the replay. I think we're gonna see it. Yeah, we're gonna see it. So pay attention to Brain, and he's gonna get, when he goes for his Divine Favor here, he's gonna get a Dispel by the pet of Chanimal into a counterspell, and that's basically what gets him the kill right here. Goes for it. Look at that. You see that little blue icon over Brain's head? That's the Devour Magic right there, purging his buff with his pet, counterspelling him. And now they're in the spider's web at this point, you know. Chanimal, he's got his trinket, he's got his port, Kubzy has his trinket, they don't have blind, they don't have anything. And then you got the Infernals, you got Wealthyman with Blizzard all over the map. And I mean, at this point, it's a last-ditch effort. You pop the kind of last chance combustion there, but of course, Chanimal's just going to trinket, teleport, and then at that point, you're out in the open with no cooldowns, with no mana, with nothing left on Brain, and it's going to be a swift death.
I mean, Cloud9 just inching closer and closer to a 3-0 here against Method NA, something that no other team has yet to do here in the circuit. Honestly, I'm not surprised that it's Cloud9 of all these teams competing in North America to make Method NA just like tremble a little bit here in this series. Already on match point right now, potentially going to a 3-0 also. And on this composition, on Resto Druid, Destro, and Frost Mage, they have a 100% win rate here. So if they win this next game, that is, with that comp, I wouldn't expect them to swap off of it. They're going to just continue that winning streak in their dominating fashion on this comp here.
100% they're playing Windwalker with Blackrock Cold.
Yep.
Method NA are going to play
so?
Windwalker. Cloud9, they won't change, I don't think.
No
they
way.
get the port as well, the port advantage of being able to retreat back into the room. It's a bit better in terms of getting drinks. I think Brain had a tough time trying to figure out how to drink on that map, whereas in Blackrock Cold, there's like this clear line of sight path in the starting rooms. So this is a nice map to protect the Windwalker. It's a better map to get drinks, and it's still small enough that you can abuse the double caster. Method and they have set themselves up well here in game number 3, and we haven't seen the Windwalker Mage versus the Warlock Mage Druid, so this is going to be kind of unprecedented, unexplored territory for both sides here. Or they may have faced each other on the ladder or something like that, but completely even playing field, tournament environment. We're going to be treading new water.
I have a question.
Raise your hand, Ben.
Yeah, raise my hand. Question for Super T's. Is this when we see Previ? Like, it is
I thought Boomkin actually might not be that bad either. I was thinking Boomkin Windwalker, and you kill the Destro Lock. Boomkin Mage?
Could that work?
Boomkin Mage? No way.
Boomkin Mage? I was thinking Boomkin Windwalker.
Okay, well, it's not
Hey.
gonna
I
happen.
was thinking Fire Windwalker.
Yeah, I mean,
I
this
was
is what I
thinking-
thought they would pick, but he mentioned Boomkin, and I was thinking, like, in the last game, Boomkin Windwalker, you just run out, in-cap the Druid, and try and blast
What
down
about
the lock.
Shadow Priest?
Shadow Priest Boomkin.
Shadow Priest Windwalker?
No, that's the same player.
Shadow Priest, yeah, no, Shadow Priest Mage, they can play that too. I feel like they haven't implemented Prev very much.
True.
Maybe it's not the time. Not now.
Not now.
The Boomkin is
No,
the final
He's
boss,
living in the
Yeah.
shadows,
lurking in
ready
the
to
shadows.
Ben, can you talk a little bit about how it feels playing a Windwalker into Mage Warlock?
It's not very
Is
fun.
that what that's like? It's not?
So this is, I think there is a reason why Drake was playing Assassination Rogue. It's because a Windwalker Monk, it's a bit of a struggle right now. Windwalker Monk in this expansion relies a little bit more on kind of your pets. So your Zwen is a base ability now, and it's a lot of your burst. But the thing about Zwen is it could be Nova'd, it can be Ringer Frosted, it can be Feared, it can be Polymorphed, and if we see Drake also playing the Storm, Earth, and Fire, that can get, Shadow Fury, that can get Howl of Terror, that can get Ringer Frosted. So I think if Cloud9 is as good as they are, which guess what, they are as good as they are, they're going to get crowd control on Drake whenever he's trying to get that burst out, and it can be really, really difficult. Wealthyman does a great job with things like Ice Nova and Pet Nova. If a Windwalker Monk rolls and you Ice Nova him, it just stops him in his track. If he uses Flying Serpent Kick and he gets Pet Nova'd, it stops him in his track. So I think for Windwalker Monk, it's one of the reasons why it's not that fun to play into the Magelock Druid, is because you're getting so many crowd controls on you and all of your pets. And if that crowd control goes out, it's really difficult to find the damage you need. So I think this is going to be an uphill battle here. I think this is kind of a last-ditch effort for Method NA, just saying, hey, this is our best comp. Let's see what we can do.
Yeah, we will have to see what they can do. Method NA looking to turn this one around here, putting Drake back on that Windwalker. When we were talking to this team earlier this week, I actually asked Drake, a lot of people are kind of deeming him as the new best Windwalker in AWC at the moment, and I asked him, I was like, hey, what do you think about that statement? And he just very humbly was like, you know what, I just kind of do everything I can to help out my team, which was just, it's so wholesome. He totally had the opportunity to be really cocky, and it just tells you what a team player this guy is, and everybody on this team are really, they all just have such a positive attitude. So hopefully they're keeping their heads up high in this situation. 91% win rate, as we can see, super, super high. We can also see all the win rates of their composition, and we can see that Windwalker Fire Mage that we're seeing them run with right now at 72%. So maybe they can turn this around, get a point here on the board. Cloud9 though on match point here.
Is that Kubzy? Is that Kubzy in cat form, just caught into the grate? All right, so pay attention to Drake in this matchup. Let's see how exactly this one goes for him. I wonder what their targeting is going to be. I really don't think they can go after Wealthyman, so Drake's going to have to try to find a way to stay on top of Chanimal. And the way Method NA beat Cloud9 in the North American Finals last year was actually just playing a long game. So playing really deep, dampening, just waiting until Kubzy just couldn't deal through the single target pressure. Drake is actually playing Serenity as well. I mean, he got kind of a taste of what that looks like. So, and I think it's an intelligent decision for Drake. Serenity can put out a ton of damage, and he's not so reliant on the Storm, Earth, and Fire, which can be crowd controlled a lot. However, it's quite a long cooldown, so Drake, if he doesn't get value from that Serenity, his overall damage in the match is going to be very limited. So it really is kind of just an all-in Hail Mary. Let's see if Drake can pull it off, but so far you can tell Method NA is taking a very, very slow approach to this one.
Yeah, they're going to play very patiently. Ooh, Ceralium here, taking a lot of damage actually. Links forward, Dragon's Breath, Wealthyman into the sheep, potentially trying to fake out the counterspell, gets it, gets the full sheep there as well. Now Chanimal taking a little bit of damage here as well. Gonna use that soul shape, gonna use that teleport and get back to the safety of that room. Kubzy in a full ring of frost, and now if they reconnect on the Chanimal here, he's counterspelled. Drake has Serenity up, big damage potential here, but he does get polymorphed. And now he's going to get feared on the Dispel, and now he's going to get feared again into a Chaos Bolt, into a Frost Bolt there as well. Nice heroes in Cyclone, and now he's on half HP and has to run. So there's an Infernal stun, into a Shadow Fury stun, into a Cataclysm now. Drake still might have to shove his Touch of Karma here onto something. There it is, onto Wealthyman. He's going to Ice Block it, and not going to go for that play. Maybe a little bit too aggressive here. Just going to take that Touch of Karma trade and run with that, and that kind of just showcases when you get aggressive as a Windwalker and there's two wizards, if you get polymorphed and have fun playing the game after that. You're not going to really get to reconnect on your target again, and you instead going to have to run for your life when you're playing a C9, because they always just sheep you and then fear you and then swap to you and just force you to play D.
All right, let's see if they can retain their mana here. I think that's the main problem for Method NA, assuming that they want to drag this fight into Dampening, go for a big Serenity one-shot. Brain's mana is going to have to be at a healthy amount. So far, I would say it relatively is, but setting up a drink is going to be the real challenge. Ceralium stunned and getting blasted out in midfield, trying to duck around the corner here, but now Drake's going to get cleaved down. Kubzy's leading the charge for his team in cat form, landing a ton of stuns with that feral affinity. Always nice to see Kubzy on the Restoration Druid. This is probably one of the only teams really at the moment in the world that play this Mage Warlock Druid at such a high level. It's not very common at the moment to see Destruction Warlock or Frost Mage, so them making it work here is a result of years and years and years of effort and work to build synergy with this composition. And you can see that right here, crowd controlling the whole team across the board, isolating the Windwalker on match point. And remember, Method NA have a perfect record in the circuit, so do Cloud9, but one of them has to lose. Right now it's looking likely to be Method NA, as they're going to Tiger's Peak and picking their main comp. This is what they've been winning most of their tournaments as. It's what they won the North American Championship with last year with this Windwalker Fire Mage, but it was a different time, a different era, potentially is now going to be their fall.
Yeah, I mean, let's see. Drake so far has really struggled to kind of find damage in this matchup. Almost looking like a Mistweaver monk with how much he's been throwing in off heals outside of that Serenity window. Chanimal getting bursted though, big damage. Where is this damage coming from? I swear Drake was in crowd control during that moment. There's a combustion from Ceralium. He didn't even drop the meteor there. Now they're making a swap over on the Kubzy. Barskin's going to trade. He has to be a little bit scared, but the Frenzied Regeneration is going to be coming in. Kubzy does manage to hold on. Cloud9 getting, I don't want to say cocky, but potentially a little bit cocky in that situation. And yeah, they're going to have to be careful, because the thing is, if Drake has uptime, you're going to fall over. Your main advantage is Drake just can't hit anything if you just play in the open and spam crowd control. But if Chanimal and Kubzy are just going to play on the pillar and kind of disrespect Method NA, they're going to get punished for it.
Oh, they actually get Kubzy streak. I can't believe it. This has got to be one of the first times where I actually see a successful Druid swap happen. Because of that conduit with the auto frenzy, which Kubzy is running, it just makes it super hard to swap to Druids, because under a certain percent amount of HP, he just procs a frenzied regen. He's also, I believe, a Necrolord, and he's playing that coating as well. So Kubzy has a lot of basically self-healing that just triggers for no reason.
Whoa!
Oh, whoa! Right here, it takes a huge amount of damage there from Chanimal. And here's a combustion now into Wealthyman as well. Game is definitely getting very aggressive here from both sides. Drake now in a lot of trouble here. Wealthyman gets one shatter there, dropping Drake to about 20%. Procs there, saved by the light there. Brain's mana not looking great here as well. And Drake, if he can get some uptime now to Chanimal, he could definitely force something there. But Kubzy as well, no trinket now from that swap earlier. He should have Barkskin, he should have that the auto frenzy as well. So I don't think Kubzy is in any immediate danger. But the fact that they got his trinket means that they can crowd control Kubzy now and then go for a setup onto somebody like Chanimal or Wealthyman. So hopefully for Method NA, they can get that going. And Brain there actually,
Vortex.
Did he get Vortex
You get pulled through the wall? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
What? I didn't even know you could do. What? That's insane. Brain right there, not able to drink there. Instead, he's going to get gripped into the fight again. And he's still going to be on about 50% mana, so he's still going to have a little bit to work with here. But yeah, definitely going to be uphill battle for him to get some mana here, whereas Kubzy can just kind of drink whatever he needs to.
Weapons of Order.
See if they can get any damage out. Not in a polymorph. Weapons of polymorph. Ba ba ba. Drake not able to do anything with his cooldowns here. Just he's so close yet so far to Wealthyman. Now chasing down Chanimal, trying to force him away from Brain. And Brain's got an Infernal on him, so really unlikely to drink with that bad boy just smacking him around, and Immolation Aura ticking constantly. Drake getting swapped to again, having to trade Touch of Karma, more likely just trying to stay ahead of the damage. They're going to pop Ice Form and just crack right through it. They're trying to kill him. It's match point. Diffuse Magic. barely trades in time, but now vulnerable to the impending Dark Soul of Chanimal. Ceralium needs to get ready for that. Wealthyman the target, though. They're trying to counter-aggress. No Iron Bark to stop this push. It's Serenity. It's a huge amount of damage, actually. Kubzy in a Paralyze. Swap back over to Chanimal. Chanimal dodging the Dragon's Breath by just jumping over to the side. Ceralium blinking back, trying to reset Combust and get for another big push. Decent damage on Chanimal. A little bit deeper into Dampening. Counterspell, perfectly timed by Ceralium. However, now Ceralium interrupted on fire. Brain is chasing down Chanimal to try and kill him. Potentially going for a Hammer of Justice. Gets intercepted by a Fear. Hovering at dangerously low health here with not many options. Mortal Coil catching out a little bit of a heal. Porting away from Drake. Nice Nova on Drake when Chanimal ports. Coordinating a route onto the melee when the Warlock wants to kite is literally as perfect as you could get. Chanimal now using Demonic Gateway to escape Drake. He's getting polymorphed out in the midfield. Cloud9 are just stalling, controlling, baiting them out into midfield, and then going to try and blast them down. Drake line of sights, realizing that's going to be a bad position. Brain likely trying to escape and get some mana. Wealthman blinks in, clips him with a Blizzard in the room, and now they're getting AoE'd down here. Brain's mana in a decent spot at this point at 50%, although he would like to be higher.
Ooh, one bolt on Ceralium, forced into an ice block. Nice setup there, and that's what happens if Ceralium gets left behind. Beautiful interrupt coming in. Ceralium, this could be his Cauterize. Maybe a little bit of trouble. Let's see. Brain finally trying to reconnect to a target. Nice interrupt there by Ceralium, and Denial with a Polymorph. Wealthyman's going to need some of that crowd control that he has been dishing out, but Ceralium in the midfield is getting absolutely blasted and could proc. Big damage coming in with the full Polymorph. It looks like Chanimal is going to be swarming in, trying to get more crowd control, but unfortunately not able to find it. This damage is punishing 22% dampening at this point in the game, and all this little poke damage coming in from Wealthyman and Chanimal are going to start really adding up. Drake struggling to find uptime. He has Wen. This is Combustion. This is all Method NA's damage. What can they get done? It's basically everything they've traded out, including the Karma. They're going to try to drop Chanimal if they can. Serenity, big Rising Sun Kick. Chanimal forced to get away, and now Wealthyman is going to be spamming out the snares. Unfortunately, Drake gets no more damage. He gets one Rising Sun Kick with his Serenity. A single Rising Sun Kick, and now is going to be forced to hide and run for the next minute and a half until that cooldown comes back up.
Oh, he's actually getting aggressive around the Chanimal, gets Mortal Coil, gets Dispel, able to interrupt him with a Ring of Peace, able to stop him from going inside the room as well, but Kubzy now in a Paralyzed. His Chanimal could actually be in a little bit of trouble here, gets kicked, Ceralium looking for the Dragon's Breath, Kubzy avoids it, Chanimal down to 50% HP here, has his teleport if he needs it. Brain's mana not looking good so far. That's going to be the diffused magic there for Drake, and now he's going to have to retreat as soon as that cooldown fades. Still no Serenity for a long time here. Chanimal calling in the Infernals here as well. Beautiful counterspell fake there by Ceralium, but still not able to land any crowd control. Gets pre-flesh crafted by Kubzy into a rake stun on Ceralium, and now they're swapping to Ceralium. Ceralium trinkets, he gets clept dead right there, and now Chanimal getting very aggressive here. He has no ice block, still has the Cauterize to kind of work with, but still, this is so much pressure. Brain just not able to find that drink that he desperately needs, and C9 slowly kind of choking out Method NA here on match point. That's going to be the sacrifice as well now, trading up with Brain, and I mean, he's got a Felon throw on him as well, so the chances of him drinking are very low, and Drake right now is getting blasted. Kubzy there with a stun. Big damage coming in. Nice Blessing of Protection. Gonna allow Drake to get out of that stun and save himself, but still, this is big potential here on both sides.
Oh, he ported the leg sweep. He dodged the stun. Beautiful play here. I think Drake is done. Brain's got no mana left in the tank. It's looking like a 3-0. You're about to be done. Cloud9 asserting dominance here and making it look like it's just fun. What can they do at this point? Brain is getting swapped to. He's got 0 mana. He's ducking into the room. They are all retreating, but if you stack up together against Cloud9, they're going to triangle position.
Oh, the Vortex!
They're pulling them out of the room with the Ursul's Vortex. He's sucking them out into the mid-side of the map. That Vortex could be devastating. Blizzard clips Brain. It's almost like tower defense at this point. Just AoEing down Method NA. They've got them pinned in the room, bunkered down, trying to just stay alive and weather the storm. But Kubzy, guess what he's doing? He's drinking. He's getting a ton of mana, returning to the fight now with a huge advantage. All Cloud9 need to do is survive this Avenging Wrath. They're blasting down Drake. Drake has to portal. He's trying to pick himself back up because Brain can't really do anything here. Wealthyman likely just trying to AoE, waiting for the Frozen Orb to launch it into the room. They just need to keep poking Brain, preventing him from drinking, not take too many unnecessary risks. They've got any resolve They've got Bash. Wealthyman's moving in. I like that. Throw the mage at Brain. He's just going to ice block if you really commit too many cooldowns and really start going to town. How is Brain going to deal with this? He's got literally nothing.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the Divine Shield. Maybe they're just holding off for a sacrifice, make one more all-in. Chanimal in a leg sweep. You have to be careful. This Serenity could hit very hard. It is extremely deep in dampening, and we've seen Method NA win these type of games before, so you cannot mess around if you are Cloud9. They're in a great spot to win the game. However, they could lose very quickly to these offensive cooldowns that Drake has available if Chanimal isn't careful. That was the Touch of Karma, so Drake is only really working with that Diffuse Magic as well as that Sacrifice, but that might be all they need. Method NA really could still win this game. If Drake can get uptime on Chanimal, if he's not careful, it's going to be a disaster. However, there's not much mana to actually stabilize Drake. He has to trade defensives, looking for Vivifies and now retreating, and I don't know if he's ever going to be able to make another offensive push here, Zico.
Yeah, I'm not sure here. Brain surely is going to have to use his Divine Shield and his Sacrifice here. He's trying to greed it. He actually trinkets and sacrifices, but how is he going to heal through the damage on himself now? Chanimal getting swapped through here, but that's got to be it. That Shadow Fury surely closes out the match, and that is going to be it. C9 takes it 3-0 against Method NA, and if I'm not wrong, we have a new #1 team here in the region. Cloud9 now going to be on top on the standings here.
Wow.
Yeah, oh my gosh, every single team in this region in the AWC struggles against Method NA. Cloud9 first team able to beat them here in the circuit, and it was a 3-0 completely dominating series for Cloud9.
Absolutely incredible performance here, and I mean their mage lock is just looking scarier and scarier here. They're just I don't know, you know, usually we see them end the games in this type of fashion where they choke out the opponent, they get them out of mana, and they live for a real long time. But the first two games, they were just all-out aggression, getting setups, and I mean, even here at the end, that's how they're staying alive for so long. It's actually Method NA kind of running for their lives for most of the game, and C9 being the aggressive team here. So definitely nice to see here, and Chanimal as well on the Destruction Warlock. I believe he is probably the only one we see playing that Destruction Warlock right now in Europe. And I think we've only seen Affliction and no demo anywhere. So Chanimal holding it down there on the Warlock, and I mean, look at that damage as well. Definitely one of those key members of the squad.
Yeah, most definitely.